The renowned Scottish actor Robbie Coltrane passed away on Friday in Larbert, Scotland. He was best known for his roles as the lovable half-giant Rubius Hagrid in the Harry Potter movies and as the lead in the critically acclaimed British crime drama Cracker. He was 72 at the time of his passing. Keep watching this video for a look inside the life of Robbie Coltrane Hagrid. Last moments. Belinda Wright, his British agent, announced his passing in a hospital. Mr. Coltrane had been unwell for some time, according to Miss Wright, who noted that his family had not given a reason for his passing. Throughout a 4-decade career in cinema and television, Mr. Coltrane switched between comedic and dramatic roles. He played an anti-hero detective on Cracker between 1993 to 1996, a KGB agent who became James Bond's ally in 2 movies, and a monster who dresses as a nun after betraying his fellow crooks in the Monty Python comedy Nuns on the Run 1990. However, those performances didn't do much to prepare Mr. Coltrane for the role of Hagrid, a beloved character from the Harry Potter books who would have to live up to the extremely high expectations of millions of young readers. Mr. Coltrane did a great job portraying the groundskeeper of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, the 8'6" half-giant Hagrid. He appeared in all 8 Harry Potter movies, bringing warmth to the franchise as he towered above the teenage witches and wizards who served as its protagonists and were engaged in a conflict with evil. With the release of the first movie, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone in November 2001, J.K. Rowling's book series already had a huge global fan following. The movie went on to gross more than $1 billion worldwide. A lifetime of being a fan favorite. The part, according to Miss Wright, Mr. Coltrane's agent of 40 years, was the cause of the flood of fan letters every week for over 20 years, she said. Mr. Coltrane, who fiercely guarded his privacy, gave few interviews and had a reputation for being confrontational with reporters. But when he was greeted by a horde of young Harry Potter enthusiasts, he had to put aside his stern demeanor. In 2012, he explained to The Guardian, "Kids come up to you and they go, 'Would you like to autograph my book with those big doe eyes?' And it's a weighty obligation." A painter and stand-up comedian. Anthony Robert McMillan, known professionally as Robbie Coltrane, was born on March 30th, 1950 in Rutherglen, a town outside of Glasgow, Scotland. His mother, Jean Ross Howie, was a teacher, and his father, Ian Baxter McMillan, was a doctor. He was raised in the suburbs of Glasgow and attended the Glasgow School of Art, where he studied painting and drawing, but had trouble putting his thoughts on canvas. In 2014, he told the Scottish newspaper The Herald, "I wanted to paint like the painters who really impacted me, who made me want to weep about mankind, Titian, Rembrandt, but when I saw my diploma exhibition, I was greatly disappointed that nothing resembled what I had imagined." The Herald said that as his chances of becoming a painter diminished, a theater teacher who saw him in a production of Harold Pinter's one-act play The Dumbwaiter told him that he had acting talent. He chose his stage name as an homage to the legendary jazz saxophonist John Coltrane, and when he relocated to London, he discovered more stability. There, he performed stand-up comedy and started acting, landing stage roles and little parts on television and in movies. On the popular television show Cracker, he won praise from critics for his portrayal of Fitz, a brilliant but damaged criminal psychologist who chain-smoked and struggled with alcoholism, much like John Coltrane himself. He won the BAFTA for Best TV Actor in 1994, 1995, and 1996 due to his performance. Entering the big screen. John J. O'Connor stated in the New York Times that Mr. Coltrane, who's long been recognized primarily as a comic performer in movies, has accomplished the astonishing task of rendering the practically unbearable Fitz curiously charming. In the James Bond movies GoldenEye 1995 and The World Is Not Enough 1999, Mr. Coltrane played Valentin Zukovsky, a former KGB agent turned Russian mafia boss, and gained wider recognition, particularly in the United States, being the perfect Hagrid. However, nothing could compare to the worldwide recognition he obtained after being cast as Rubius Hagrid in the Harry Potter films. The adored persona was brought to life by Mr. Coltrane, who had a shaggy beard and a snarling voice. In a statement, Mr. Radcliffe added, "I have especially vivid recollections of him keeping our spirits up on Prisoner of Azkaban when we were all hiding from the pouring rain for hours in Hagrid's hut, and he was telling stories and cracking jokes to keep morale up." James Phelps, who played Fred Weasley in the series, wrote on Twitter that when he was 14 years old and nervous on his first day on the set, Mr. Coltrane came over and said, "Enjoy it, you'll be great." Spencer and Alice Coltrane, as well as Annie Ray Coltrane, are Mr. Coltrane's offspring and siblings. In the Harry Potter 20th Anniversary Return to Hogwarts HBO Max retrospective, which debuted on January 1st, Mr. Coltrane thought back on the part that made him famous among the new generation of fans. For the generation that grew up with the movies and the books, it's difficult to separate the Scottish actor from his larger-than-life, at least for Muggles, portrayal of Rubeus Hagrid, the official keeper of the keys and grounds at Hogwarts. This is true even though Robbie Coltrane's career began long before the first Harry Potter film debuted in 2001. Following the news of his passing on Friday, fans of the show and Coltrane's co-stars paid tribute to him on social media. Coltrane was the actor who gave the lovable half-giant character life with catchphrases like "You're a wizard, Harry," among others. It's sad to say that Hogwarts will never be the same without him.